Hey, yo!
Ah, shit. Hold on. Okay, had my speakers plugged
Keep talking for me. Just say
in. Yeah,
anything.
mic check. Mic check. 1, 2. Buckle my hooves.
Trying to
3,
set
4,
my
5.
overall sirenscape so it's like loud enough, but we can hear
17,
everybody.
1, 5, 2,
Sound
7.
a little quiet. I have you on 200%.
Maybe I'm just speaking low. Okay, regular
I mean,
talking voice.
that's good.
1,
I'm gonna have to
5,
probably
5.
speak kind of low for this one too, because niece and nephew are gonna be crashing here tonight.
Gotcha.
Oh, would you, and feel free to say no, but would you be okay with being on webcam this session? Just so we have 2 people?
Yeah.
Sweet.
I was gonna ask, would you mind if I just make like maybe Daedrin level 10? I don't really know what type of character to make. I'd possibly only use them once.
Yeah, that's the idea. Sure, just, don't, yeah, go for it.
Or would you prefer us to
No,
have
dude, run
spells?
Daedrin.
Okay, he's level 6. I just have to make him 10.
Yeah. What? I
Is
think
this
you
like in the
guys,
future and still in D&D, like medieval type apocalypse?
it's D&D, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it would actually probably benefit the party to have, at least one martial archetype, because, spells are gonna be very limited. Okay, I also don't want to put it that way. They're not gonna be very limited. I'll explain it when everybody's in here, but a long rest is not going to give you your spell slots back.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we got Footy in here. What's up, dude?
What's up, guys? How you doing?
You sound a little echoey.
Not direct. How's that?
A little tinny.
That's penny. That's weird. I'm using my headset like I always do.
Turn you up a bit.
Hang on.
Let me back off the Sirenscape a little bit more. Because, like, I have... Aw, dude, that looks great. Perfect. Because I have... what's it called? I have it leveled, but it's just, in general, quiet. So I'm trying to turn up the volume on, like, the desktop for Streamlabs while, like, keeping everything balanced. Because I noticed I can hear everybody in our streams these days, but even with Twitch at full volume, it's about half as loud as, like, your average stream of, like, anything else.
Do you have the
Can you hear me now?
output?
I do. I had it down to about 50%, just so I could compensate for, I was just leveling incorrectly. I was basically leveling with, like, the master, but I have the master all the way up now.
Like the output on your computer is at 100 and you're just doing the levels through OBS?
Hold on.
Because that's where it gets confusing.
Yeah, now I have my computer at 100. Now I'm just tweaking the desktop volume, and that's gonna boost the Discord volume as well. Okay. And then for myself, so I don't get deaf, I can turn it down on my headphones.
I'm coming through with pitch tonight.
Alright, sweet.
I haven't played Memo.
Again, like, just... The main thing I wanted, the main thing I was going for was... don't bring any baggage from any other game. So Daedrin, this is Daedrin in this timeline. Like,
yeah.
This is pitch in this timeline. It's not pitch from Datloff Pass or anything like that.
Yeah.
Sweet. So if there's anything you want to tweak about pitch, if you want to multi-class him or anything, I'd say that's arguably your choice because it's like a multiverse version of pitch.
Okay.
Test. Alright, I want to turn my mic up a little. There we go.
No, you're not doing it.
And be sure to make those characters through our campaign that we have on D&D Beyond. That way you'll have access to all the feats and all the stuff that we own.
Yeah,
I think you can like copy paste or something. I think there's a way. Or if I link the campaign, I think you can add a character that you've made to it, then go to manage character and like click feats, and the drop bar will be full of all the stuff. Dude, I like the red light.
Yeah, dude, I got this awesome, it looks like a regular fancy IKEA lamp, but it's got one of those, like, Chinese Wi-Fi bulbs that you could change the color and stuff.
Fuck yeah.
It'd be good for the warehouse, because you can make it, like, listen to your phone microphone. It'll, like, you know, pulsate depending on the audio decibels, so that'd be cool when we practice or
badass.
jam.
Yes. Alright, I pieced it together.
So just remember, he's got, I guess, 2 daggers, a pistol, and a rapier.
Mm-hmm. So the way we're gonna handle weaponry is you can get a +1 on like all your weapons, and we're just gonna call them Arcanite weapons. That's something
Okay.
you guys have an abundance of in this area of the Underdark. So that'll overcome. Oh, whoops! I have a regular short sword. I can't hurt this monster. Say it. We're streaming. Don't say it.
No, I have an addiction with tabs. I have 95 tabs open on my phone's Chrome. I have
Jesus Christ.
probably 70 here. I use them as mental sticky notes, and now, like, since I started playing guitar again, I have all my cool. I just deleted like 200 tabs, and I just filled them back up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
At least it's not a.
I think
at
it's
least
better
not a
than
horrible
bookmarking the
addiction.
shit, right?
Oh yeah, because then I never look at the bookmarks.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, here I'm like, oh yeah, that's the tab I needed,
Yep.
or that's the random YouTube video that
You like archive it?
uh-huh.
So like you have it if your shit's offline, you can still pop that open for like tabs. Because I remember there were certain tabs like from Ultimate Guitar that would get taken down, and I'm like, fuck, I was 3/4 through learning that.
Oh, you can like download the web page into like an offline HTML.
Man, I can't imagine how good the guitar tabs are these days. We were dealing with frickin' Notepad 6 dash 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 0 dash 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 6.
Well, they got like Guitar Pro version 8 out now, and it's like $40 one-time payment. I've been meaning to get that instead of
think
my
I saw-
French pirate.
think-
Sorry, my
French what?
No, we're live. I can't talk about.
I think
Yeah,
I saw at a
anyways.
con, it was a dude with a device that tabs in real time. So he would like improvise a solo, and the iPad was like basically keeping up with him and tabbing it out.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So you could just go to a show and like steal the riff. Like,
But I realized in Chrome you can like select a bunch of tabs and put a what do you call it? A bookmark, like a tab, I guess. a group,
Yeah,
a
yeah, yeah,
group of
yeah, yeah.
tabs. So then like you press it and it kind of like
Yo.
hides
Yo.
them all. What was I doing? Oh yeah, roll 20.
I was gonna say, do we need a link for Roll20?
I put it in the chat. I will repost it.
Okay, I can find it.
Swip.
It says not authorized.
Oh wait, I think I gotta make it open.
Yeah, I got the same thing.
Sorry. Right.
Sorry.
Let's open this bitch up. Okay, so I want to go back and then invite players. Share link. There we go. See if that one works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that worked. Badass.
Oh yeah, I gotta change the damn.
That's
The
a sick
damn-
map. Did you make this map?
Yes. Now, keep in mind things like the graveyard and a lot of the buildings that are like the little mini forts and like I didn't build those individually. Those were like stickers that already existed. I just placed them. So the way I look at Incarnate, and to anyone listening and to you guys especially, I can give you access to my account so you can play with it. It's literally a sticker book for D&D, and you just layer the stickers and line them up, and then it looks fucking badass. Especially for the
It is
isometric
badass.
maps.
Oh, they just updated Roll20 soon, or the new toolbar and layers is redesigned.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
Video display, we want to do names only.
Yeah, I think we gotta redo that. Personalization of the display.
All that's fine. I didn't do anything fancy with this. No dynamic lighting or anything like that. Some of these were thrown together after work today. Not this one. This one I was fucking with over the weekend. But regardless, I think this is it. I think you guys are the group. So if we want to get into... We don't need to start right away. But if we want to get into character making and all that stuff, I can calm this Sirenscape music down a little bit and bring us to the live page. Let's transition to the live scene. There we go.
This new I don't even know what I'm trying to say. This new layout's pretty cool.
Yeah, I do like the UI update. It's nice.
So I'm doing a rando character,
Sweet.
level 10.
I fucking love it. Are you gonna allow
I did
multi-classing?
one. Oh shit! Wait, let me go back and do that.
You can if you want to. It's tough sometimes, but
All right, hold on. Let me go back.
especially with the randomizer, it might be like rogue, warlock, source, like level 1 of everything.
Alright, how do you turn off the damn... How do you shrink the names only? Where's that?
Yeah.
at?
Oh, okay, so do
Oh, hold on.
settings,
Let
and
me
then
do
it's
this with you.
under
Graphic.
audio, video, and then there's 2 tabs there. Click the video display tab, and then video avatar size.
Oh,
Change it to names only.
Gotcha, cool, okay.
Oh, yeah, I gotta change my damn name.
Perfect. Shit, guys. Oh wait, I don't want to join yet.
Oh shit. Zach rolled the first die in this game. He wins.
It's over.
Oh wait, we could get the pick isometric people, right? I suppose.
I mean, if you want to, we're gonna handle this map more as a reference.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
This is
it's
gonna be
not,
like when we talk about you know, what does your character do at the Citadel? How long have they been a member of the Bulwark? Why did they join? Do they have a family here? Are they alone? Are they maybe working against the Bulwark? Like, we can talk about any of that stuff that you guys want to do. I'm open to anything you have, and if you don't have much to bring to the table, that's completely fine too. I have an inbuilt reason for you guys to go to the surface, but if you want to play around in town a little bit, I think this is the type of game with 3 players where we can get nitty gritty, and it won't be outrageously time consuming. You know what
So
I
you
mean?
mean to the surface? Are we underground, or you
Yeah,
mean like in
this
the Underdark?
this place is in the Underdark.
Oh, okay. Is that like the Is that like the
You
upside
ever heard of Hollow Earth
down?
theory?
Or the yeah?
It's basically the Hollow Earth.
Okay,
So-
okay.
So, like,
So-
mines and things like that, when they go too deep, they can crack open entrances to the Underdark. It's not a dimensional crack. It's literally like many continent-sized underground area where
Okay.
Drow and Durgar are native, as well as many nasty beasties, spiders. A lot of fucked up stuff lives down here. But something happened up top that forced all of you to get as many innocents as you could out of the city of Sharn off to a dwarven mine. And after that, you went as deep in the mine as you could and kept digging and found a way into the Underdark and found an abandoned Duragar fortress, which over the 45 years that your group has been down here, you've built it up quite a bit. So with that being said, as a member of the Bulwark, if you're a race that lives long enough for it to be appropriate, you could have been there when you guys came down. And 45 years is also plenty of time for you to have been born down here and never known what the surface was and grown up down here. So that's up to you guys.
Probably grew up down here. Well, I found my token to pick.
And we are going to, if we have combat, when we have combat, I do have, they're top-down maps, they're not isometric.
Cool.
Okay.
Do I pick an inventory?
Yeah, so make sure you get the appropriate equipment for the class or classes you have. You can choose like a pre-loadout, and then also your weapons will at least be a +1. So just take a +1 version of whatever weapon you want to use.
A +1, okay.
Shit. Okay, that'll be my token when the time comes. Pirate captain and the freebies. Swashbuckler, whatnot.
Holy shit. Okay. It made me a wood elf that's a barbarian, blood hunter, wizard.
Wow,
Jesus.
that's awesome.
Alright, we're gonna roll with it. I got a lot of advantages. Kakazina. Izina.
Billy, I saw there was a buy 2 get 1 free LaCroix, and it's like
Where,
60. Yeah, 60 cans of LaCroix for like $15.
Dude, you got me so
Insane.
sketched out when you told me about the pH change, but I looked at my toothpaste and it's specifically like a pH balancing toothpaste. So I'm okay to chug LaCroix
Yeah, as long as you brush your teeth after, you're
twice a
good.
day. Twice a day, dude. And since you told me about swishing with regular water, I've been doing that like after.
Oh shit. My
I worry
Costco
about
chairs.
LaCroix and I'm just like basically half breathing a vape all the time, so what's the fucking difference?
God damn it.
I
Time
am
to get a
enjoying
$300
I am
gamer
enjoying
chair.
an alcoholic beverage today, though, as I was fucking. I always get the butterflies before I DM, so I grabbed a beer. How we doing, boyos? Any questions?
No,
Just
I
doing
think
my
I'm good.
starting equipment.
Yeah, start getting my starting equipment.
Nice.
I don't think I have any spells.
And how are we doing any gold to start?
Gold's not worth anything where you're from right now.
Okay.
It's all bartering and trading services.
Okay, so did my starter stuff. You said make the main weapon a +1 though.
Yep. I would suppose probably your armor as well. It would be a +1 version.
So I'm carrying a +1 trident.
Fuck yeah. You should take a net as well.
A net. Okay.
Yeah.
Just a regular net.
I have chainmail and 2 short swords.
+1 them.
Yeah, everything's +1.
Chainmail.
My guy's specialty is 2-weapon fighting, so
Does armor doesn't do +1, does it?
Yeah.
green
the
armor's
green?
+1, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Light armor, medium armor, and shields. Okay. Just one piece of armor.
Make me an argument. What do you want?
I don't know. I'm just looking at all the options.
So basically,
Um,
whatever equipment you would use as a surface runner would probably be imbued or made of arcanite, which is the ore that is mined in the dwarven mine you use to get down here. It's dwindling at this point, but you guys have been with the unit, and the unit has shrunk to the point that you have access to almost every type of item off of comrades who you've been able to recover their things. So, a suit of armor, a weapon, a shield, yeah.
I think I would probably do.
There's a damn button that says join voice and video. It won't go.
Mithril scale mail. So why not?
Gotcha. Just fixed it.
Oh, did you have to like disable it?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, I just realized I had to switch to scale now because it gave me disadvantage.
Yeah, you can take that strategically if the armor class is high enough, but the disadvantage is it's huge. I think monks and barbarians have a feature called unarmored defense, where their natural armor class goes up faster than every other class.
Or it gave me a ranger, so instead of being a monk, I randomized the character because I had a slot,
Nice.
and it gave me a ranger instead. So
Sweet.
I was like, all right, I'll just go with this.
Sweet. So I'm gonna put us on the be right back screen until we're ready to go.
Okay.
I think I'm all set up. I just have to look at this stuff. Bonus action. I have a shit ton of bonus actions. God damn. 3 classes I've never played all in one.
Thank you guys for playing tonight. I'm so happy to be playing D&D with the
Of
boys.
course.
I appreciate the fuck out of you.
Oh yeah.
I gotta take a panic pee. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Adamantium chain shirt.
Of course, you know we gotta rep the Spritz and Pyro hoodie.
Oh heck yeah.
Hell yeah.
So, how we doing? How we feeling?
I'm ready to go. My character's name is Ardor.
Spell that for me.
Ardor.
Ardor.
Fucking pen, come on, buddy. Okay, Ardor. You said you're a ranger?
Yes, Fire Genasi Ranger.
What is your passive perception?
Hang on 1 second.
15.
14.
14. And then we've got Daedrin. A rogue? Rogue.
Yeah, I think a regular rogue.
And then, passive perception.
9.
9. Oh, and do we have a name for our blood hunter? What was it?
Barbarian, blood hunter, wizard.
Oh, oh,
What
okay.
elf? It gave me a name. Tell me
So
how you would pronounce it.
barbarian, blood. I'm gonna just write blood and then whiz.
Yeah.
What is the name?
I think it's Kaizina.
Oh, it's in
Caixina.
Discord. Where is it?
Oh no, it's on my D&D.
Where?
It's on D&D Beyond. How
Oh,
can I share that with you?
I got you. Hit that refresh. Sorry, just spell it for me one more time.
Caixina.
Xina. Caixina? Caixina? Caixina?
Kaizina?
Hizina? I like that. That's a cool name. Hell yeah. And your passive perception?
15.
15. Alright. So we start as any good D&D session starts. The world is burning, right? Who of you, if any, were alive when the sky cried tears of fire?
I think my character was just born down here, so he probably wouldn't be alive at that time. I would
Okay.
just assume.
So
How long ago
Daedrin
did
was
this
born in
happen?
the dark. 45 years.
I think, yeah, I think Kaizina probably was. She's a wood elf, so.
Was she a member of the Bulwark then? Or...
No, I think. Wait, of the what?
So the organization you were all a part of is known as the Bulwark.
Right,
They
okay.
were an elite unit of Centurions that were used as security for high-ranking officials in the city of Sharn, a city controlled by many powerful families. This neutral entity served as elite security. They also, in wartime, were fielded as specialist strike force. So, the best of the best. Now, this unit in particular was extremely valiant during the end. They were able to mobilize faster than the city guard, faster than the armies. Panic spread wide throughout the city and the continent itself. Many locations didn't have a chance, and Sharn seemed to be a target of some kind. This unit was able to create a rally point at a central crossroads in the city and get about 400 civilians to safety to the mines. So I would have to assume that Kaizina was herded and rescued by the Bulwark during the end. What was a typical day for Kaizina like before the end times?
Probably training as a barbarian mainly, but with blood hunter and wizard, mixed in there. Hunting and gathering, searching for animals to eat, berries to eat, getting fresh water.
So probably, I would say on the day of, you or someone in your clan needed supplies from the city. So you went in to purchase these supplies or trade for them, and you were lucky enough to get mustered and rescued at this point. It was on the trail, the foot trail that you all took on your way to the mines. You were able to get onto a hilltop, and you could see the woods and the forests and the oases that you were from just burning. Not a wildfire, all of it was on fire. Some of the cobblestones and the mortar in between them is actually melting on the street as you made your escape. Before we move past the day of the end, was Ardor alive at this point, or was he born in the dark?
That he led the rescue mission.
So, okay.
Ardor's been around for a while, so he was part of that like elite group that went through all of that.
So it
So
was...
like, well, how do you say your character's name, James?
James, could you go ahead and
Kaizina.
make that your D&D or your Roll20 name? Just so we can see it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Kaizina.
Kaizina. Ardor was probably part of the group that rescued Kaizina. Maybe not directly, but part of like the squadron that was sent to the surface to help rescue the rest of the people up there.
So, as you gather these folks and lead them out without regard for anything else other than to rescue as many innocents as possible, you led them to the mine's entrance. And you led them down and down. And it took a huge effort. There was no combat involved. It was purely a last resort. And you made it to the mine's entrance, and you were able to essentially get out of the initial heat wave, the cement and steel melting wave of heat that took over the surface of the planet for days, it seemed. The temperature inside the cave was blistering hot, but you were met by a group of precocious miners, and I mean M-I-N-E-R with a pick, not children. And mostly dwarven descent, and they had some sort of premonition through their Speak with Stone ability. They knew something was coming, so they already had begun a dig. There was rumors that they hit a hollow spot in a certain part of the mine, and they used these massive vehicles with tracks on the bottom, with these huge boring drills, and within a matter of about a week, they cracked through into the Underdark. We're gonna speed up a little bit. You, with the entire group, found this grand-looking fortress entrance up here in the northwestern area of the map. Let me switch back to the live scene. Or I'd say the northeastern tip, probably here. And this very northwestern tip of the map is where you guys exited into the Underdark. Now this road here is representative. It was actually quite a long ways before you found this area. Those of the people that you were leading out who did not have dark vision were essentially holding hand to shoulder in lines, and those that could see would lead them along. You found this abandoned fortress, massive enough to house these people. It was almost perfect. But you knew you'd have to wait out whatever was going on the surface before you could exit. Over the years, especially Kaizina and Ardor, you experienced sort of the entire emotional roller coaster that is everything you knew and loved that wasn't directly with you on that day is probably gone. Not probably, it's gone. Your way of life, your people, your land, your forests, your hunting grounds, your lovers, your enemies, your friends, your family, all dead. And the only thing you had to hold on to was the hope that maybe you did the right thing. Maybe you can start again down here. And that type of attitude, mostly bolstered by this unit known as the Bulwark, echoed through as one of your leaders, let me bring up his name here. Where is he? There he is. Guardian Commander Ferdinand made a valiant speech, which I don't have written, but he rallied the people, and through drow attacks, through plagues, through starvation, you've kept these people safe. You've even built up the fortress to a point where it seems defensible. At the cost of the bulwark, your unit that was around 55 when the end occurred has been whittled down to 12 members. You three represent a quarter of the bulwark.
Oh.
And you're standing in the ready room, preparing for another scavenging mission. Now, what do you guys look like?
Ardor is about, we'll say he's about 5'10", 5'11" feet tall. Fit build, not too bulky, kind of skinny, more fit than skinny, I should say. He's pretty nimble. He's got 2 short swords. Semi-nice armor. It was okay, and just the whole situation has dulled it over time. More nicks, more cracks. But he's slowly filling them back together with scrap that he finds out there. Not really grisly, but he's just kind of saddened by losing all of the members he originally went out to rescue these people with.
Okay, I like it. So I'm seeing kind of a rough and tumble looking individual with some pieced together kind of milieu of clothing. Kind of the outfit vibe is definitely a Fallout scavenger is kind of what I'm seeing.
Yeah, something like that.
Did you say you were a Dragonborn?
He is a fire genasi, and that's why
Fire
he's picked
genasi.
for the original team to go rescue people. He's more impervious to the fire than anyone else. But still, it was hot enough to hurt him.
That's what was actually very strange. The fires burned like white. And yeah, normally you'd be able to pass through flame like it's nothing. Like it's part of where you're from, that primal plane of fire. It wasn't like that. It was something different. So Daedrin, as you enter a ready room that is much too large for the amount of people standing around the map, what do you look like?
So Daedrin would be about 5'12", black eyes, white skin, about 30 years old, kind of like a skinny fit, 150 pounds, very tall and skinny. Black hair, probably like shaggy type of hair. He's got those like circular goggles.
Okay, I like it.
Probably a blackish leather duster that's pretty scuffed up. Got a couple holes in it. Can't really see any clothes he's wearing under it. It's kind of like buttoned up. You can see he's got some fancy looking dagger sheaths on his sides. He's got a rapier sticking out the back of his duster. Seems to have like a bulge on his chest.
That's not where that belongs.
What?
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Okay.
Those mutations hit him really bad. He's been on a lot of scav runs.
And he's got some fancy boots. Yeah,
Okay.
he's very disheveled hair. Can't see his eyes though. They got the anime glasses goggle tint
I
to
like it. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense as there's only a single fire lit and it's about 30 feet away from the table. There is, in fact, a small sphere, like a mirrored sphere on a little stand that is emanating some light. You think it to be magic, but you know better. There's a candle underneath it refracting the light. Kaizina,
Yes.
what do Daedrin and Ardor see when they look over across the table?
I'd say she's a barbarian, so I'd say she's like 5'4", but buff, white, pale skin, very pointed elf ears, bright white hair with a braid and like sticks and leaves in it. Light emerald eyes. And she's wearing mithril scale mail. Carries a trident that also is like sticks. It's like a twisted branch. That becomes a trident, so it's all branch and leaves, and it even grows berries sometimes.
Okay.
And yeah, the scale mail is more like bark.
I like that. Almost like
And
painted.
yeah,
Okay, sweet.
and some like thigh-high boots, brown leather boots.
Awesome. Now, all of your guys' gear, it seems to be relatively to the body. I don't really hear any of you saying you have a set of full plate mail, which is great. That'd be a bit of a problem, but that's awesome. So let's get a fire sound going. So around the table we have Ardor, Daedrin, Kaizina, and Lieutenant Geshnik. Lieutenant Geshnik is a female half-orc. She wears half plate. She's got graying braids that are plaited tightly. Two braids that are braided into one braid on the back. The heavy bronze ring at the bottom of them. She's got a very severe face with an underbite. One of her tusks is snapped in half, and the other one is razor sharp. She's got an eye that's pretty much grayed out with a large scar across it, another one to match across her nose. And she carries a heavy two-handed hammer on her back. And she kind of goes from a neutral position to letting her weight fall on the table with her fists and just stand up from her seat. I can't wait anymore. We need to look for him. He's been gone too long. From the corner of the room, you hear the commander, Ferdinand, who's been sitting staring at the fire, interrupt her. And he says, "We can't afford to send anyone else to the surface right now. We're down to 12 people. We need 3 at the vault at all times. So half of us need to constantly be either sleeping or going to do their shift at the vault. That leaves 6 of us to protect these people here. I can't afford to send any of you to the surface right now." Geshnik seems a little pissed at this and kind of tosses her wooden cup onto the floor. It clatters and slides across the smooth stone. Why don't you just cut our throats and get it over with, Ferdinand? We can't abandon our brothers out there. You know the creed. Ferdinand kind of severely looks down and stands up and approaches the table. I knew the creed. I was there when they wrote it. We won't fade, but we will come back. I've had enough of this. And he turns to leave the room. And lining the walls of this chamber are lamps with little blue flames. These are ever-burning lamps. He opens the door to leave the room, and all of them go out. And this is a very bad sign. One thing I want to cover with you guys is how your unit down here was able to thrive. Now, we've talked about scabbing and going to the surface. Of you three, have you all been? Have you not been? What is your history with going up to the surface world to scavenge for items?
I don't think Daedrin's ever stood, has ever been up there.
Arden's been up there. He's seen a lot of it.
You've been here since the beginning, as well as Kaizina. I
Yeah.
don't know when Kaizina joined the Bulwark, but some of the initial work to install this divination rod. Now, since the end, magic on the surface is diminished immensely. It takes extreme effort and even a bit of luck to be able to cast a spell, let alone heal a person on the surface. Only when the ash storms are completely clear of the area can you underground get any type of access to the divine or the arcane. Unfortunately, your unit didn't have a ton of what would you call arcanely enlightened individuals. That building, that university on the surface at Sharn on the day of, was one of the first places to go up in this white flame. A lot of the knowledge was lost, and it's very frustrating, especially to someone like Ardor and Kaizina. All the things they've seen, all the things they had in their previous life seemed so simple and were taken for granted. But just because you rode an airship doesn't mean you can make an airship. So a lot of that knowledge has essentially been lost. But one thing you guys had to your advantage until about 2 years ago was a very old artificer. He went by the name of Hector. He helped you guys develop almost an antenna that was installed above the citadel up on the surface. And this antenna had these arcanite wires and arcanite tubes that were fed and led all the way down through the mine, through into the Underdark, and hooked up to essentially a magical essence generator. And that is housed in the Bulwark's headquarters. With this device turned off, no one can use any type of magic to heal, to create food, to protect themselves, none of that. So it's at this point that Ardor, it may go through your head of what Ferdinand is thinking. He turns around and he says, "This is bad," and he looks at you. You were here when we showed up, Ardor. You were beside me the whole time. Yes?
Yep.
You know the way to the radial?
Yeah. Should be able to find my way there. I've never actually been there, but I've been close to it.
Geshnik, I think you may get your wish today. I'm going to muster the men and ask for volunteers. You four prepare yourselves. We've got work to do. And he's gonna storm into the back, into his office. As he goes to
That's
plan
unusual for
this
him.
operation, you do, you hear him light a fire in there, flint and steel style. Hasn't been done in quite a while. You guys have about 8 hours in the Citadel. Do you have families down here? Do you have anyone you need to check up on? One thing I'll have you know is that a wandering plague has been coming through the population recently, and many people are in the infirmaries and we're undergoing treatment at this point. So I give you the floor. Is there anyone or anything here you need to take care of before you go up?
Ardor was banished from his realm, so he came here.
Holy fuck. What did he do? No.
First off, the Kaizina's definitely been to the surface because she's a wood elf, so she's a wandering spirit, and being cooped up is not ideal. So any chance to go to the surface, she takes.
So
Also,
you've risked it many times, yes?
yeah, for sure. I mean,
Go ahead and roll me a percentage die, and you as well, Ardor.
percentage.
Yeah,
So like a D100.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Hang on. Ardor's going to use his real dice.
Oh, I should have done that.
And I think Daedrin, having worked for the Bulwark, you might, you didn't go up to the surface. So you probably don't have any maladies from the surface.
Oh, I'm
But
missing
do
a D10.
you, Daedrin, have any family down here? Have you found a significant
no.
other? Is there anything down here that keeps you going? Or is it just kind of survival?
There's a
I
stray
rolled a
cat
61.
he's taken accustomed to, but that's about it. I think his parents went upside and never came back when he was a
So
child.
they were original members then?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the only thing down here, just a stray cat couple blocks down. He goes and visits him every now and then. That's about it.
The cats are actually very venerated and very special down here because there's a lot of predators that would easily snatch up a cat, and these cats are like comfort for the people. So the population as a whole, whoever the stray cat, and there's probably dozens of them, they all throw food out, they all play with them and stuff, and if anybody fucks with them, they literally have like council town meetings about like, he was mean to the cat, and they're like, what? So yeah.
No ration.
Listening to the cat.
And they keep the rats away. Very good.
I'm gonna say Kaizina lost her whole family, but when that day, her best friend, who was also a wood elf and a bard, was scavenging with her, and they happened to go trading, and she made it with her friend. I will come up with her name in a minute. So she is was a renowned chef in their little oasis, and she happened to have a little bit of time off, so that's why she came with me, and she was looking for a specific meat that day. So yeah, she does have someone to check up on, but she's not like a fighter type. She's more like, she's a chef, so she's got a little setup. I don't know if we can make one of these little things hers.
Sure.
I'll find one. And I'll think of her name, and then I'll think of a name for the little... not restaurant, I guess, just place to...
I
Yeah,
think
really.
having a place to serve and sit down to eat is a very necessary comfort in a situation like this, so I think it could be considered a restaurant. The one thing
Okay.
is, it's kind of tough to get things other than, like mushrooms and spider meat, unless you're using a create food and water spell, which are
Okay.
now cut off.
Okay. So I will come up with her name in a second.
Yeah, it's no rush.
And yeah, but other than that, they're both wandering spirits. But her friend doesn't go to the surface, obviously.
Would in this type of situation be considered like a civilian, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd say like she's like the one people go to for like delicious food.
Awesome.
And a good song, like a song and some food.
That's fucking great. I love it.
Yeah.
Make a best of a bad situation.
Yeah, she's the positive one, whereas Kaizina's more the jaded, upset to be down there in general.
When you would go to the surface, was it ever outside of the realms of doing a bulwark task? Did you ever go up voluntarily to scout for yourself or to check up on your old area?
Plead the fifth.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, no, absolutely. I think maybe her friend would probably want specific things, but at the same time, everything's burning, so I don't know how that would work. But yeah, I think she would definitely go. She would have gone to see if anyone had made it or
Go
how
ahead
the
and
oasis
make
looks.
a wisdom saving throw for me.
Oof.
All right. You have gained 2 levels of dread. You will be unable to approach the site of your clan for quite a while, and it's because you went there and it was about as bad as it could be. There weren't even stumps of the trees left. The rivers were dry. There was actually a few spots at the actual campsite that was there the day of. You could tell it was there. Barely. It made it a lot worse to find that. And it would be very difficult for you to go back there or to even go near that place. So you don't need to track that. I'm going to keep track of that for you.
Okay, I was gonna say I'm not sure how to put that on here. But yeah, I think that would definitely be traumatic. And her friend's name is Thea, Thia.
Okay.
Thea is like the good old girl. Everybody wants to go see her to feel better and get their bellies full and hear some good music. Do you want me to make a character sheet for her?
You might need it.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. You don't have to.
Oh,
You'll be
okay.
fine. It's a one shot. Don't worry about it. But if you ever feel like bringing that character into it, by all means. I'm sorry, Zach. You never went to the surface. We're almost gonna come back to you. Phil, I want to ask you the same question. Did you always go up top on bulwark business, or did you ever go to fulfill some sort of personal desire or vendetta or mission or anything like that?
Actually, it's kind of one and the same. You go up there on bulwark missions all the time, and as he was up there, he found like this giant mutated wolf one day, and it looked like it was in pain, more so than it normally would. Found it caught in a 50-gallon drum that had pinched around its paw. So after the mission one day, he went back up there to the same spot, found the wolf, and attempted to help him. And slowly, he didn't let him do it at first, but slowly but surely, he would go up there, maybe once or twice a week to try and help this wolf out, and eventually gain his trust. But it lives on the surface. So he would go through bulwark missions and personally, because he knew the lay of the land pretty well.
Okay. What did you get on your percentile? 61?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are all right. You've noticed by spending the more time you spend on the surface, um, you like each time you go up, coming back. Now, albeit it's days of walking, so you would be tired, but there's more to that. You sleep for almost a week when you get back, and days get added the more and more you go up. It's very taxing on the body. There's one thing that Daedrin may have not experienced that Kaizana and Ardor have, and that is putting on the upside suits. It's about 45 pounds of gear that you don over anything you're wearing and anything you're carrying. Obviously, your weapons go on the outside of this device, but it is a full body, essentially a hazmat suit. It is insulated and lined with underdark spider silk, which seems to have some sort of protective feature towards whatever this irradiating force is on the surface. Now, it's not a permanent solution, but it can keep you safe for up to 24 hours in the open. You also have vehicles that can be used by the Bulwark. It's repurposed and retrofitted mining vehicles that the Duragar that you have met in the Underdark and that have helped and traded with your group, and the original Dwarven miners that were with you, they kind of teamed up and set these up for you guys to the point where you can take the suit off inside the vehicle if the vehicle is sealed, and there's a sort of filtration device on the vehicle. Now, a lot of this stuff is a lot more steampunky visually because it's more of kinetic and an analog version of these filters rather than we're going to cast a shield spell on the vehicle. The magic that you use down here was also limited by another factor. There are these things that the Bulwark need to go up on the surface and get and bring down to use in emergency if the essential generator is not charged or is otherwise out of service. They are called sparks. They are these strange star-shaped stones that are found in craters of things that fell from the sky during the end. And your group figured out their use, and I'm going to kind of come out of character for a second. These are essentially spell slots. So if you have these, you can expend them to cast a spell that your character would be able to cast. You guys won't need to do anything with your inventory to track these. The way I'm going to handle it is once you spend a spell slot, it is spent until you find more sparks. There's no resting to get it back. These sparks are plentiful, but the area immediately around the mine has been heavily looted by your people. You wouldn't want to walk 3 miles to grab something that's 20 feet from the entrance. So you've essentially, over these 45 years, have extended the area that you have to travel to collect these sparks, and they're becoming sparser and sparser. And on some of your journeys to the surface, you've noticed that maybe you're not the only ones finding these things and using them. You've marked on maps new, very plentiful areas of these sparks. And then you come up in a week, and they're almost all gone. It couldn't have been an ash storm. You've been in those, and the sparks, for whatever reason, cling to the ground. So things like that we can track very easily with our spell slots, but that is another kind of narrative point for this. I don't know where I was going. I kind of went off on a tangent. But let's see here. Any business to be done in town before you guys don your suits and head to the surface?
think we're looking good.
Any supplies that we? I mean, Daedrin wouldn't know. This would probably be his first. Yeah, this would be his first time going to the surface. But I mean, probably if we don't already have them, buy like rations, water, things to survive for however long we're gonna go up for.
Sure. All that stuff, as far as food and water, will be provided by the Bulwark. You know, meager rations as they are. You won't need to pay for them or anything like that. You as a group will be equipped for 4 days on the surface. Well, 4 days of food and water. Supposedly 3 days on the surface. Because it takes an entire day of walking to get from the Underdark to the mine, and then a couple hours through the mine, and then you'll be on the surface. Now, we're not going to dungeon crawl that. We're going to kind of fast forward to that point. Let me just double check and see if there's any information I missed here.
2 potions of healing?
No, they don't. They're not for sale. Like, you can't buy them. Yeah, and I don't think they have any. Let me roll some dice for you right quick.
Real quick. Kaizina, I'm changing her to a Barbarian Bloodhunter Druid.
Sweet.
Because I feel like what else would be Druid? And then Thea is a Bard Druid.
Nice. Alright, let's play some fucking D&D, guys. So, Ferdinand Geschnick, and then we have Merrick and Roger, who were watching at the vault, and Ivan and Artyom, who were on a run. Now, Ivan is back. Artyom is not with you. All these people surround the ready room 8 hours later and meet you with determined but defeated faces. They'll support you in any way they can, but they can't come up with you. It's a stretch enough to send you 3 up. But they ask you, all right, who will be the driver?
Well, I guess, yeah, Daedrin will be the driver.
Ah, a man who speaks in the third person. I like this. Come here, come here. And he, with his big, meaty Goliath paw, he claps it onto your shoulder and is like, yes, Ivan likes a man who speaks in the third person as well. And he hands you a heavy ring with, it's not a key, it's a spark that needs to be plugged into the vehicle to start it up. Well, we have a few things we can offer you. We have 1 potion of healing. It's the last one in the storage, but this is the most important thing we've done in quite a while. I think you should take it. We also have this fancy rope of climbing, but it doesn't fucking work down here. But I guarantee it works. You just need to have a spark. Just don't test it. It would be a waste. He is a rope of climbing. So it's a 50-foot rope that would climb anything you want as a command, and it would climb as if it is a snake. It can tie itself onto things, and you can use it to climb up.
Okay.
So it's 50 feet. It's called a rope of climbing. I believe it is in the inventory management section of D&D Beyond. And hey, do you guys have any suggestions of like what would be in the storage here that you might want to bring with you? There's no more health potions. There's just the 1.
Maybe like a stash of mushroom snacks that Thea made, and some spider kebabs.
Sweet.
Dried spider kebabs to go.
3,000 pounds. Nice.
Yeah, rope of climbing is dank. Yes, and thank you for sharing the spider muffins. They are delicious. I do not know how she makes them so well. They are very good. Ardor, a moment, please. And he wants to have a private word with you, this Ivan character. Now, Merrick and Roger are a dwarf and a gnome. They are known for falling asleep on duty, but no one really gives them shit, because they're some of the older veterans in the unit, and if they need a nap, they need a nap. It's one of those deals. At this point, they're looking a little grim and kind of towing the stones with their boots. Ivan takes Ardor aside. My friend, I need you to pay attention to me. We're seeing more of those bug traps, as they're called. You know, those fucked up anomalies up there that killed Smartass. You remember what happened? He took one step to the right off the trail and floated into the sky and was crushed into a fucking pulp ball. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. That was fucked up.
He takes out a small sack, with a pull string on it, and he opens it up, and it's full of 1,000 ball bearings. And he kind of shakes it, hefts the weight, shows you what's in it, cinches it shut, gives it to you. Now you know the deal. If you think one of those things is there, yes, I mean you were there. There was nothing to see. It was a fucking 0-point gravity trap just in the air. If you get that feeling, throw a handful of these. It'll show you where they are.
Thanks for the tip. I'll have to keep these on me more often.
The ball bearings are probably about the size for like skateboard wheels. They're pretty small.
Okay.
And
Like slingshot balls.
So to describe to you, particularly Ardor, you've seen these before, being with the original unit. These are some sort of gravitational aberration that takes place on the surface where they're not always there. If you mark them on a map and you go back in a week, it might not be there, but you've never seen one move. It's a strange phenomenon, but it's almost like you smell ozone and things kind of slow down, especially for you as a ranger. You told Smartass to stop, and he just scoffed at you, took one more step, and was gone. Visually, it looked like it lifted him up about 30 feet, and his entire body was crushed to the size of about a strawberry, and it just stayed floating there. Be very careful with those bug traps, Ardor, alright? Just take it easy and make sure, what did you call that wolf again? It was some sort of very funny name.
Oh, I called him, call him Half-Face.
Yes.
Because half his face is gone.
Give this to Half-Face for me. I found it on the surface. I think he would like it. He hands you a bone that's like the size of your arm. He pulls it from the corner of the room. It looks like a dinosaur bone.
He's actually gonna love this.
I knew he would. And all right, let's go talk to everyone. Daedrin, you look a little nervous. How are you feeling?
Daedrin's like looking at his pistol. Just to recap, you said there's +1 to our weapons?
Yeah,
Plus one to hit?
I don't, so guns are weird. You might need to take +1 ammunition as well.
Because I was just gonna add like a customized +1 to hit on them.
Yeah. So a +1 would be a +1 to hit and a +1 to damage.
Okay. Yeah, Daedrin's probably kind of sitting there, just checking out his gun, making sure it works. Kind of like shaking, a little bit nervous since it's his first time, even driving. Well, not first time driving, but he's the driver for this mission. Kind of just looks at the guy speaking to him. Yeah, everything's fine. Kind of like puts his pistol away, puts both hands on the steering wheel, and just kind of stares forward, ready to
I like your enthusiasm. Now, let me tell you, step out real quick. I want to show you what Artyom did to the vehicle. It's very beautiful. You will like it. I know you will like it. And you come out and he points at the top, and what was initially a like an ore collection area, there is now a hatch on the top that opens up with a large arcanite plate protecting your back, with two kind of shoulder butts and two handles that control a very, very large ballista. It's got 10 bolts ready to be loaded, and each bolt has this very thin wire attached to it, which is also attached to the vehicle. He called it the Arcanite Blaster. If you see any of those big flying fuckers out there, if you hit it with one of these and then you throw a spark in the weapon, it will shoot lightning down the wire and shock the fuck out of the thing. I would like to demonstrate it for you, but very limited on use. You know what I mean?
Wait, what do you mean big flying things?
Oh, that's right. You've never been to the surface.
Oh.
Artem,
Don't scare him now, Ivan. Don't scare him.
he needs to know this is very dangerous. What is happening? I will tell you this. You will be the driver. You will not need to worry about this. They cannot pick up the vehicle. It is too heavy. But when you are on the surface, keep your eyes open for big shadows that look like they're getting smaller very fast. Don't even take the time to look up. Just fucking hide. Get under something. There's huge winged things out there, and well, you know why the suits have spikes on their shoulders. It's because of those fuckers.
Well, all right. Kind of looks back at Kaizina and Peepop
Oh,
or Pitch
Ardor.
Ardor. Yeah.
Ardor,
Okay.
make it your name and roll 20, Phil.
Hang on.
Because I was going to say Argon.
How do I do that?
Just go into roll 20, hit settings, personalization and display, and just change your display name.
Kaisana again. Tell Thea.
Yes.
Well, I'll tell Thea that you'll be fine. I know you'll be fine. You're strong. You are knowledgeable. Just don't let it get in your head up there. I know a lot of bad things happened. We all went through a lot. Don't let it get in your head. You have things to live for down here.
Yes. I'd just like to be free for a little while.
Trust me, if I could spend a fucking moment outside these walls, I would go with you, but fucking Ferdinand's like, oh, clean the shitter, help the plague victims, fucking kill the spiders, whatever.
One day we'll make a trip together.
I hope so. Ivan waves to y'all and leaves the room. It's very sullen as you load the vehicle with your supplies. Merrick and Roger give you a nod and a handshake. So, any of you who have spell slots, narrative purposes, that's how many sparks you have. And where do you keep them on your person?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think there are like faceted pieces of the twisted tree branches that make her trident.
Awesome.
That they stick in there. Do they glow?
No.
Or is it just a rock?
It's like these purple, star, like six-pointed star-shaped stones. It's almost like
that's badass.
it's almost like beach glass, but it's purple.
Oh my god, that makes her trident look amazing.
Yeah. So, we're going to do a little montage. You guys leave the Citadel. You drive the vehicle to the mines. You make it up to the vault. And Ferdinand, Geshnik, Merrick, and Roger are there to see you off. As you hear a loud pounding on the vault door.
What the hell
So
was that?
it was spaced out in such a way that it is actually a signal. Normally, someone on the outside pulls a string and it rings a bell on the inside. For whatever reason, whatever is outside is just banging on the door. What do you do?
What would the signal indicate? It would indicate help, I'm assuming.
Yes, the I guess the succession and rapidity is the alternate signal for an emergency.
How can there be someone out there?
Artyom wasn't with you guys.
Maybe it's our boy. Maybe we don't have to go search for him after all.
Are the other people with us?
Yes. Everyone except Ivan.
Is there like a peephole or anything for the door?
No. You're actually you're behind a door, and then there's about a 50-foot space, and then there's the outer vault. So the outer vault must be open.
I mean, we were gonna go out anyway. Everyone just
Everyone
ready up.
prepare.
I'm not sure what this could be. So we crack the door.
You go to open the inner vault door?
Yes.
Awesome. So you move over, you start pulling the chains, the door starts rolling, and ash starts pouring in through the crack, and right at the point where the door is coming away from the door frame, an arm just comes through with no glove, no protective clothing. And as it opens up a little bit more, Artyom collapses into the room. It seems like all of his protective clothing has been shredded, destroyed. He's not wearing any boots. His nose is gone, his ears are gone. It looks like his eyelids are almost gone, and his lips are like shriveled up and back, almost like a skeleton. And he goes to scream, and it's this horrific, dry exhalation, and just passes out. Ferdinand and Geshnik immediately sprint forward. Oh God, God, sorry. We need to get him to the infirmary now. Just go. We don't have time. Please make your way to the radial as fast as you can. We need to fix this now. And they
Really
start
quick.
setting up like a gurney to carry him out.
Kaizina would say a healing word.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, cast it. 4 points of healing. All right. Yeah, it goes through. Now, on your day-to-day before everything happened, just the word itself would travel over and heal him. But now you need to reach up to your trident. You touch one of these sparks, and the spell is cast, and that spark is spent.
Yeah, I think it's like she picks it off her trident, puts it in her hand, and like blows on it. It just becomes dust.
So he wakes up with that. Oh, they're cowards. They're cowards. They left us. Fucking Ivan. Ivan left me out there. He ran like a coward. And they fucking just wheel him out away. Ferdinand's like, go now. We can't have this open. Move.
So I guess Daedrin would
all jump
floor
in.
it through.
Yeah, I'm pushing the door shut.
The vehicle loads in the back. There's kind of like a like the back is like a ramp. You walk in, it closes. It's about the size of an armored personnel carrier. It could fit probably 10 people, including driver and gunner. You are only 3. So right now we have a sealed vehicle. Anyone inside the vehicle does not have to have their suit on. But in order to use the gun port, you would step up, shut a door below you, and then open the gun port. So everyone inside can leave their suits off, but the gunner would need to wear their suit. Other than
Dang.
that,
Kind of like a mini airlock.
yes. Anyway, you guys start taking off. So as we head out, I want Ardor to make a navigation roll. Get us to the
Okay.
radial.
You just want me to roll a broad d20. Is there navigation here?
No.
Our survival.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm thinking of Call of Cthulhu. I don't even have any character sheets up. Give me 1 second. What would be appropriate here?
There's
Nature,
survival.
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 100% survival. And then I would say when we do anything as far as maneuvers with the vehicle, Zach, we'll either use dexterity or acrobatics. I think your acrobatics is probably better.
Kind of the same. Same
Athletics?
bonus. I
Is
mean.
athletics better?
No, that's strength.
Nice. Alright. So 18 survival, yes, you have the heading. You're headed in the correct direction. Now, it's going to be 2 days on the surface of a drive before you get to where the radial is. The radial is actually in the center of Sharn. Yes? So it's this kind of wizard tower that had an observation, like an astral observation tower at the top of it. And you have since retrofitted it on many months of going up and doing maybe 10 hours work and having to come back. But you've rigged it up to be this antenna that can give essentially that slight attachment to the divine and the arcane that you guys need underground. Now at this point, since it's a couple days away, you cannot see the city skyline in the distance. Although it is very flat, cracked desert sand. There are many rocks, jagged as they are, and there's this kind of red hue to the sky because it's full of ash and the sun is up at this point. Now you can't feel it in the vehicle, but you've been on the surface in just the suit. It is extremely, extremely hot. It's about 150 degrees average, and it's dry. Drier than dry. It sucks moisture from a person. Some of the dangers up top that Ardor is aware of include those bug traps we talked of. There are extremely dangerous ash storms that can last for weeks, that can shred equipment to nothing. There's also the arcane exposure, just from being on the surface, even with a suit. A suit will cover you for a half a day, maybe a full day, based on the quality and if it gets torn up or ripped. Beyond that, there are... Every trip either of you have taken to the surface, you've seen something you've never seen before. There's no real learning what the surface has for you, as far as flora and fauna, creatures, dangers, and predators. But you break out onto this flat, almost salt desert plain and take off. And with an 18 survival, you're going in the right direction. Now, we don't need to do much as far as rolling dice, but is there anything going through your heads as you're heading out there to do this? Is there anything you want to talk about amongst yourselves, or do you want to move up to the next point of interest?
It's probably a quiet ride, at least on Daedrin's part. He's a little too focused on maintaining situational awareness while driving this APC.
All right.
So he's just knuckles white, scanning the horizon.
Go ahead and give me an acrobatics or dexterity. Let's see if you run into any issues. No. Yeah, there's actually a large crevasse across the area you're traveling. You notice it, even though there's a heat mirage on it. With your keen eyesight, you notice it. You manage to turn the vehicle on an angle, so you're able to get over it with no issue. You guys are also noticing there are a lot of steam vents around in the general area, as well as some cracks in the ground with kind of like a green and white glow. Almost like it's giving off light as if it was like a molten rock of some kind, but it has this kind of greenish glow to it. You're able to avoid all of these pitfalls as you move on. Are you going to drive through the night, or are you guys going to sleep?
Adrian, do you need a break?
No, I don't think I could sleep right now. I'm pretty wired. Kind of feel tired, but I think
Don't knock yourself out, rookie.
we should keep checking on, at least for a little bit more.
Kaizina would pluck one of those berries that I was talking about that grow on her twisted branches, and it's a little caffeine.
It's a
Berry.
little cocoa bean, but it's like high
Yeah.
caffeine already. It's roasted. I
That's
fucking
awesome.
love that. I fucking love
She'd be
that.
like,
Yes.
Eat
Okay.
2 of these.
So with that, it's essentially giving everybody a red line. You're gonna extend the time before exhaustion would kick in. It doesn't make it go away, but you have another 12 hours before you quote unquote need to sleep, which is great.
Have we seen these green cracks before?
You've seen them in general, but not this close to the entrance. It seems like there may have been
Okay.
earthquakes in the past week.
Are you seeing this, Ardor?
Yeah, I'm seeing it. Something new every time.
This may be
It-
foreboding.
Ardor,
Mm.
with your passive perception, you yell. Well, I don't want to put words in your mouth. You get that feeling again that happened before your buddy hit a gravity trap. What do you do?
Shit, I can't even throw the beads I'm inside. I take a handful out and I throw them up in the air to see which way they stick.
In the vehicle?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So you notice the vehicle listing a little bit to the right, and you throw them up, and some of them fall, but a good portion of them stick to the ceiling off to the right.
What are those?
Ardor grabs
Some
the
of them
wheel and
roll along the
direct them to
ceiling
the left.
towards the front, and Daedrin sees them on the windshield, like pulling against the windshield, trying to get out of the vehicle towards the front right.
Daedrin, turn left now.
Alright, he slams it to the left.
Give me a check.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Nice.
you turn hard right, and what's great about this vehicle is it's on tracks. So when you turn hard right, it basically stops and 0 point turns to the right and then starts rolling forward. So you avoid that completely. It's another probably 8 or 9 hours before you reach a thickening of the ash, and the wind begins to pick up. And you, even through the outside of the vehicle, you hear something.
What was that?
Sounds
It
like
sounds
wings.
like wings flapping.
Shit. Alright,
Alright, one of you guys
so-
get on the gun. It's one of those
Ardor.
bird things that Ivan talked about.
Ardor's gonna armor up and go on the gun.
And that's where we'll
They-
take our break.
Sweet.
Probably gonna slow down the APC a little bit just to give a better aim.
So you go to attack speed, basically. Like
Yeah.
2/3 speed. Nice. So as the tank slows down slightly, and Ardor dons his suit, you hear large leathery wings above the vehicle.
Alright, rookie, keep her steady. But don't worry, it can't pick up the vehicle.
Harder
careful up there.
scooped out.
Yep.
All right.
Actually, just stay close by.
Thank you for hanging. We'll be back shortly. So yeah, I'm sorry guys. Like it's a slow start, but like we're basically getting to the first bang, and it's only bangs from here on out.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
I'm sorry
Oh,
it took
don't be
so long
sorry.
to get
This
to
is
this
cool.
point. But I wanted to build a little atmosphere rather than be like, all right, you're in a tank.
You're in a tank. Go. Figure it out. You have no backstory.
Zach, I don't know if you know it, but you handed me a golden ticket
I handed you a golden ticket.
when you said your parents went up and didn't come back.
Oh.
Oh dear.
I've got a golden ticket.
They're zombies now.
Hail, Atom.
I'm gonna plug my headphones in for a few minutes.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, let's call it 10:50. Yo, I got these pinwheel sandwiches from the Publix deli. It's like turkey, cheddar, and bacon. It's fucking
Oh
dank.
yeah, those are fucking.
Oh my god.
Mm.
All right, 4 days of food
Mm-hmm. You've eaten
or
a day of it.
one meal. Jimmy John's or Publix?
Jimmy John's or 5 days of iron rations. If I know one thing, I know Zach fucking hates Jimmy John's and Vima.
Yep. Fucking scam
They're
artists.
both schemes. I feel like my intro was a little scatterbrained, but I think we got the idea across. Okay. I'm gonna put the Bulwark Creed in the Discord. And that's painted on the inside of the vehicle on the ceiling, and also on the receiver for the ballista. I'm wondering, what does Daedrin do for the Bulwark if he's not a surface runner? Because technically the Underdark is as big as any continent. There's like a lot of shit you could do.
He probably. He would work with plumbing, irrigation, anything.
Dude, you're the one from Sharn or like that had the books that like okay. So when everybody ran from the surface, some of the people who had money had books, and a small percentage of them were smart enough to bring a bunch. Now, unfortunately, it's not full collections, so you have like volume 3, 5, 7, 8, and 9 of like irrigation and plumbing. So like the basic shit, you're like, I don't know, but I can make a fucking aqueduct like a beast. So
Yeah.
maybe like you're the reason they have running water and stuff in the encampment, because the
At
Underdark
least maintain and
Underdark
upkeep
is
it.
so big. I want to make the point. It's so big that it has weather patterns. Like it rains sometimes, and you guys are underground. Um, it's extremely vacuous. Like the only thing that's tough is light. So it's gone pretty much pitch black since the generator went off. And you guys have kind of met the Duragar and befriended like some of them. Some of them like come and trade you, even though they kind of price gouge a little bit, but it's on their terms because you're basically on their turf. So it's fine. Like you pay a little bit extra, you get what you want, and it's not like I said, it's not gold that they want. They want you. They hire the Bulwark or sell swords from the Citadel to do like, yo, okay, there's spiders fucking with my mushroom farm. I need you to come kill these giant spiders. Like they hire people from the Citadel to go help the Duragar. The Duragar are actually very oppressed and hated, reviled by the Drow in this timeline. This timeline has kind of the old school, excuse me, thinking about the Drow, where they are all, if not mostly, worshippers of Lolth, the spider goddess. Very evil spider goddess. Without going into too much detail, a friendly Drow would be really fucking rare, and you've never been directly attacked by the Drow, but you've heard stories of when sellswords mercenaries or members of the Bulwark particularly who go out to help the Durgar do something deep in the Underdark, getting ambushed and assassinated essentially by groups of traveling drow. So they're considered very dangerous. It's quite possible that a few members, since you were born, you were probably a teenager when the first one happened, maybe 16 or 17. And then another big one happened where 3 members of the Bulwark were murdered clearly by drow, and their bodies were attached to giant spiders, and the spiders were sent to drop the headless bodies of the members of the Bulwark at the front gates. But you've never met in open combat on purpose. So that's kind of another subplot going on with the Citadel. And it could be a dangerous thing if all the lights go out in the Citadel, because they're kind of vulnerable to maybe something happening from the drow. Who knows? So that's kind of just a little more anxiety to eat at the back of the brains of your characters. Of like, there's always the threat of that, although there's no precedent for it. They've never attacked, but they've sent a message once or twice.
Can you explain what the drow are, what they look like?
They're essentially dark elves. They are like gray or onyx-skinned elves with red eyes and typically like an albino hair color. They are in legend. One of the best quotes I ever read was in one of the older, like old D&D books describing the drow, and it said a legion of 400 drow could march at speed past a human with a torch, like with no lit torch, and the human would never know they were there. They're that efficient, they're that silent, they're that deadly.
Wow.
And particularly in the Underdark. Now, it's not like people have been disappearing from the Citadel. You guys have been... The last death was an accident. Somebody fell off the wall where they were doing masonry work. And it just so happened that there were no sparks that day. It was just in between. And that's before they started rationing them. So they're not used for trivial shit like to light a fire or anything you can do naturally. They prefer people to do that. Magic is for emergencies type deal. I know James is here. Are you here, Phil?
Yep.
Nice. All right, let's get back to it. Let me set up the mood.
Mood.
All right, so... Alright, so last I heard...
I think the stream's still on break.
Yeah, I want to get the music right and make sure the Discord's lined up.
Gotcha.
Good call, thank you. Bingus, thank you. Alright, so we're back, and last we left our group, we had Ardor mounting the ballista. Am I right? Or donning his suit?
Yeah, I think that was where we were at.
I'll give you guys the benefit of you're probably wearing most of it, but you gotta like make sure everything's like really make sure everything's sealed, and then close the helmet, and then put the hood over the helmet. So that'll take 1 round.
I would assist him.
Is that fair? Okay, with assistance, it can be done with both of your actions. So you can like, get to the gun, but you won't be able to shoot it. Is that fair?
Yep.
Are you there, Phil?
You're
Oh
muted.
shit! Sorry.
You might be muted.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So
Ardor,
I
be
need
careful up there.
to-
They're flapping.
That's not my first time.
Alright.
Can I do anything to help you? Let's see. God, there's so much.
So, what we could do... What the fuck? I don't know what I'm doing! I'm scared! Add turn. So can we get an initiative roll from everybody?
Excuse me. Yes. Oh, we don't have little characters, do we? Alright.
Okay, yeah, just roll them up, and then Zax will be for the vehicle, and you guys will be for your action to get Phil set up, or to get Ardor set up with the ballista.
Sounds good.
What is going on here? Am I in the wrong layer? Sorry guys, give me 1 second.
Do what you gotta do.
Birds are screaming.
What the fuck? I gotta refresh my Roll20. Give me a second. Okay, so Zach, what would you do as the driver here? You can choose to obviously speed up. I know you were settling down so the weapon can be used, but your options are essentially to use your dash action to double the speed of the vehicle, essentially flooring it. And then if there are any obstacles, you need to make a check. And like you can keep dashing to keep increasing the speed, and then that'll like eventually, you know, the first one will be like disadvantage, and then the second one will be like disadvantage -4 or whatever. If you need
I'd
to
kinda-
dodge obstacles while driving.
I'd want to drive, like, maintain speed to not incur any attack penalties for the gunner, and not really increase any difficulty of driver
Okay.
checks. Kinda
So
just keep
use
it as,
full
like,
move without dashing. I got you.
yeah.
I got you. Okay, so go. Hell yeah, there we go. Make that boy larger. Turn him around. Bingus. There we go. Okay, so back to chat. Initiative 9 for Kaizina, 16 for Ardor, and what was your initiative, Zach? 10? Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna roll 2d20 in the real life. Ooh, 19 and an 18. So Bingus. Okay. And then let me put in some units just so we can have you guys in the order. So we've got a Fire Ganassi.
Oh shit! If I was muted the whole time. Whoops.
Don't do that. Alright, I think I'm just gonna have to give you... Let's see what we got. Guess I'm just gonna have to give you like a fire symbol for now. Sorry about that. Hell yeah. And then edit. Oh, advanced? How do I give you control? What the heck?
I think you click the little cog setting wheel, and then it should be like usable by, and you click his player
Oh,
name.
the cog wheel. There we go, thank you. Perfect. Controlled by, so Daedrin is the drilling thing. You are on top of the drilling thing. And then we need one.
Fire him.
You like that, dude?
Yeah, I like that.
Just as a placeholder. We'll find you a better one in a bit. Let's see. I typed wood elf and it's just like a bunch of pictures of wood. Like wood elf, bro. Come on. Let's try. Oh.
Billy, what's the most recent Fallout game that came out?
76.
Is it 76? Okay.
Yeah. The most recent good one is probably New Vegas.
Gotcha.
Oh, I'm joking. 4 is pretty good. Okay. So let's give that a turn, and then we had 24, 23, 10, and then what was your initiative, Phil? Give me a sec. 16. And bam. 9. And then we're gonna go descending order. Yeah. Okay, that took a long time. Sorry about that. Alright, so these flying creatures, first of all, you guys heard them, and I'd say that round has passed, so you are in the weapon and you can use it on your turn. So it's a ballista. It's in like a 360-degree swivelable chair that you kind of lean back, and these two shoulder straps you kind of lean into and grab it, and in that position you have this double ring sight that you're looking down. You just swing it, kind of lean back, and what are you doing? Preparing to shoot, I would say.
Oh yeah.
Okay, sweet. Luckily, the ash storm is starting, so you can't quite see it yet. So the first one, 15. Let's see if he can even make it up to you. So the vehicle's moving 50 feet. It can fly the same. So it's keeping pace with the vehicle. It's not able to get up to attack you, but it's going to use its movement to kind of come down out of the cloud. And as you're looking down the sight at it, you see this kind of organism resembles like an arthropod with its abdomen is like very bloated. It has these huge kind of horrific claws and this insectoid head that the more you look at it, the more it resembles kind of like a chimpanzee or like a gorilla skull, but as a carapace for an insect's head. And it is flying towards you, so I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw for seeing this thing.
All right.
I think you've seen it before, so make it at advantage.
Oh fuck. I'm so glad you gave me that advantage.
What'd you get?
16.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I rolled
Okay,
a 1 first.
that's a pass. You are not disturbed. Second one's going to do the same thing, keep pace with the vehicle. One of them is going to shriek. And right in front of the vehicle, about probably 80 feet in front of it, out of thin air bursts through this kind of popping, cracking sound. Third one of these things. Almost like it was summoned. Alright, so that's them. We're on to you with the ballista.
We're gonna aim at Screechy McScreech face first.
Roll for that guy. Sorry, I had to set that up. Okay, so the ballista would be your dexterity modifier, and if it hits, I have the stats for it. Just so you know,
I'm sorry.
it hits
We're gonna
like
go
a
for the
truck.
guy in the front first.
It's a +6 to hit, actually. It has a range of 120 feet. On hit, it's 3d6 piercing damage, and then on your next turn, you can choose to use a spark to send lightning down the wire and shock the creature. Or
Oh,
call,
shit, okay.
call down into the cabin, and maybe one of your friends can do it.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot the one in front of us first.
For whatever reason, my Roll20 is not loading fast, so call out 9. Okay, so that could be like 14. Oh, unfortunately, so yeah, the ballista is on point, but the vehicle kind of hits this kind of almost like earthquake crack in the road where it's raised up about a foot, and you just, right as it drops, you fire, and it just goes right through one of its leathery wings, piercing a small hole in it, but not damaging the creature as a whole. It's gonna take a whole action to reload the ballista, unless somebody helps you. So they would need to suit up and come out. Next would be the vehicle. So, Daedrin, you see through the windscreen in front of you another one of these creatures kind of diving towards the vehicle. Oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to skip if, Phil, you have any bonus actions or anything you could do.
Let's see, I get 2 attacks per action, but it says it's
Okay,
one action to fire the bolt.
Then I would say your 2 attacks per action will allow you to reload it in the same turn.
Okay.
So you're like quick.
Alright, so I'm gonna reload it.
Okay.
This
So
flying creature popped out of the ground.
No, not out of the ground, like out of thin air. It just like apparated and is automatically diving towards the vehicle. You can use a maneuver to swerve and avoid it. You could speed up, or you could.
I'd like
you
to
also
try
have
and
access
swerve and
to
avoid
the drill bit, which you can kind of angle up or down slightly.
Does that take an action, or can I
would say
angle
like
it up and have it turned on in the same
you can
action?
either yeah. So the things that would occupy an action would be like activate the drill and aim it, and then a thing that would also be an action would be like dashing, so increasing
We're gonna
speed.
activate that drill
Or
and aim
an
it
evasive
45 degrees
maneuver would also be an action. So
We're gonna
activate the drill,
and aim
tilt it up.
45 degrees
Hell
up,
yes.
yeah.
Okay, and maintain speed. Okay, awesome. I would say don't roll now, but when the creature does what it does, we'll have you roll.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet. And then say Xena. Kaizina. I'm sorry.
Rosina. Well, she can't really do anything from inside, so she's probably gonna suit up and climb into the next spot for this turn.
Okay. Suit up. So you will. If you use your whole action, you'll be able to get suited and go out the door, and then you won't be able to do anything once you're out there. But next turn, you'll be able to act right away.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you get the overalls on, you get the overcoat on, you get the overcoat on, you put your helmet on, and you cinch the hood down, and you're looking through this kind of like very heavily green tinted glass, this visor, and you're getting that thing where you breathe in and the mask pulls tight on your face, and you can hear your own breath, and it's pressing on your ears, and it's a little claustrophobic. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw. Okay, your dread level does not raise, it stays the same. So you're out there, you're ready to assist. The creature behind, actually both of them, are going to attempt to fly up and land on the vehicle, being that it maintains speed. So they're going to use their entire action to dash. Let me measure here. I don't think this is actually perfectly to scale. Yeah, so they wouldn't be able to make it. We'll consider it to be to scale. They're going to use their action to dash and get this close. Bop. And then this one's gonna dive bomb towards the windscreen, and you have leaned back and activated the drill, and there's this like awesome rumbling sound as this mining machine from, hasn't been used in 45 years just rumbles to life with these beautifully sharpened bit, tilts up. Give me let's say whatever your attack bonus is with advantage.
What is that? Dexterity?
Whatever your best like swing or like attack
Oh.
with a weapon would be.
Oh, I guess that's okay. That's all right. I guess 22 total
Okay,
from the advantage.
that's definitely a hit. So go ahead and roll 8d10 plus 5.
8d10 plus
Yeah.
5. 56.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude. It's exactly bloodied. You did exactly half of it all at once. So it flies in, this drill bit, screaming to life. Just what does it look like as it pierces into it?
It's doing half damage, or it's...
Oh, it's gonna do like half of its health in one hit.
Okay, it would probably start tearing up its ribs, kind of maybe damaging.
That thorax area of the bug, just like crushing into it, bracking. This chitin is flying off, and you see this kind of inner like meat, and it's not meat, it's this like black flesh, and it's onyx, and it's like void, and it's not void, it's like millions of small like earthworms quivering inside as it reaches out and almost screams from the wound itself, and it grabs these pieces of chitin and tries to repair itself in real time as you're tearing into it with the drill bit. Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Some of it splatters on the windshield,
and they crawl. They crawl like worms and go towards the air vents to try to get in.
So when it splatters on the windshield, all the dust kind of like prevents it from smearing. So Daedrin just flips on the
wiper,
the wipers, and it's just smacked off.
You crush some of these worms.
Oh, I got a non-natural one, a dirty one.
So that's all right. You're gonna get 2 points of dread. It only affects you moving towards the creature, which is not the same as driving the thing, so you're fine. It would only be if you were fighting it in melee. You couldn't move towards it, but we'll cover that later. You have 2 points of dread. You are now considered, I believe it is spooked. Anyway. We are on... Oh wait, do you have a bonus action? Anything you want to do in the cab or whatever?
I have cunning action. I could take a bonus action to take the dash, disengage, or hide.
Okay, so you could use your bonus action to speed it up.
I would.
You could do a dash.
I would do that.
Okay, sweet. Nice. Alright, so we are on to our door. The ballista is reloaded. You saw the mining device shred one of these beasts very gorily, and some of those blood worms splattered across your visor and then were shed off with the wind with how fast the vehicle's going. What do you do?
It's another day. Arden is going, or Ardor is going to attack the wounded one.
Just
Nice.
Swivel it 180 degrees.
Yeah.
Take that shot.
So he swings around on this thing like a boss, and he's going to take a shot.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
30-20.
That's a hit. That's a hit.
Okay.
So,
How do I roll for damage?
okay, so for this, it is, I have it written down here, 3d10 piercing.
3d10 piercing. $22 damage.
Damn. Hell yeah.
And then he takes his second attack and reloads.
Wait,
Yes, yes.
Daedrin, if he's able to yell back, like, shock the damn thing. Didn't Ivan tell us that there's something
Yeah,
with
one
a
of-
rope attached to it you can shock him with?
Yeah, one of you have to activate it.
Ah, damn. Okay.
I'm up here.
So yeah, you see this massive bolt kind of, and this wire like perfectly unspool and spin behind it as it cracks into the chitinous thorax again, kind of where would be a pectoral if it was a humanoid. It just through and through, and then the wire automatically starts going back on a winch and pulls taut as the bolt is horizontal through the back of the creature, anchored, and you have it ready to be shocked.
Hell yeah.
So you use your second attack to reload, moves on to Daedrin.
Okay. So this thing is currently harpooned.
This one, yeah, we should probably draw a line. And it's your turn, so you could activate the spark to shock it.
Yeah, okay, I would activate the spark to shock it.
Alright, sweet. So it's just gonna hit, so I'm just gonna make a save to see if I can half it. Nope. So it's gonna be 8d8 lightning damage.
Wait,
Damn.
no, I don't think that worked with the... Did that? Hold
No,
on.
it had a bracket on it. Roll again.
Yeah. 8d8.
40. That's better. Couldn't figure figure out why it was so low. Alright, 40 points of damage in the same one.
Am I able to take a bonus action to tap
To
the
dash?
brake?
Oh, to break? Yeah, absolutely.
Basically, would tap the brakes. This thing is still harpooned.
Well, with that 40 points of damage, you did just kill it. So if you want to describe how you Kentucky fry this flying thing.
So he presses the button and then slams the brakes. So the APC mining thing we're in slows down drastically,
Yeah, by about half, but very fast.
and it pulls the flying creature while shocking at the same time, and it would probably just explode in front of us. But its thorax just bits and pieces, charred from the lightning, the shock it just took. And I guess the harpoon would start bouncing off the road in front of us.
Yep.
As we're basically coming closer to the two trailing us. So I kind of yell up, like rack a new one, or we got two behind us, coming in fast. And I'd end my turn there.
Sweet. Okay, so you tap the brakes. You send the shock down the wire. It fries the creature. The creature slides up the wire and kind of smashes on the back of the vehicle and goes under it and then scatters across the back of the road with the bolt dangling. If it's something you guys want to pull back and keep the round, you'd have to, one of you two up top would have to use your action to do so. Just saying it's an option, you don't have to. You have 9 other shots for this thing. So it's going to go to Hyzina.
Hyzina? Let's see. I'm thinking. I don't like that. I was gonna do the shock, but Adrian got that. I think she would. Use a gust of wind. Oh, you know what? Hold on. No, that's not gonna work. Yeah, I think she would
who's gonna mark
use-
off a spark for shocking the thing? I forgot. One of y'all need to mark off a spell slot for using the shock.
Daedrin used it. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So since you don't technically have spells, let's say you have 3, so that's one of your 3.
Okay.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna use. I can't come up with anything right now. I'm gonna frostbite one of them.
Okay.
It's a con save at 13.
Constitution. Okay. That's a fail. 9 cold damage. So, you consume one of these sparks and, use the verbal... What does it look like when you cast Frostbite? You're wearing,
Let's see.
essentially like a hazmat suit at the same time.
Ooh. Yeah, that would be tough. I guess it's like a what's it called? Things that fall, their shapes. Not an icicle. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Snowflake.
What the fuck is that called? Snowflake. There we go. So, like a boomerang size, not a boomerang, a frisbee size snowflake appears in front of her, and then just projectiles at one of them,
Just flies right in, direct hit
like a
to the
blade.
face, to this like
Yeah.
kind of almost primordial primate looking face on the head of this bug. As it slams into it, it doesn't seem to have affected it. You know you
Okay.
hit it, and you know it should have done full damage, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to affect this particular creature. That type of damage.
Okay. I actually have two actions.
Oh, sweet.
Actions per attacks per action two. So
I think
I
that
guess at
only
this point,
counts for martial weapons, but I like that.
ooh,
So for the
gotcha.
purpose, no, for the purposes of this game, yeah, and especially a chase scene. Chase scenes are different rules, so go for it.
Okay, I'm gonna use blindness
Oh fuck yeah,
on one of them. Blindness, deafness. Also a con save.
nice. Okay, con save 13. Ooh, with a 14 plus 3, 17.
Woof.
Sorry about that. We'll get him next time. So
It
as
happens.
the blindness spell goes off, and the frostbite spell goes off, two sparks crumble out to dust. Unfortunately, not without great aim and great effort, this particular creature is unaffected, and it's not as if the blindness wouldn't have worked. It just seemed to resist it at the moment. Um,
Okay. I was gonna say
the
like the suit got in the way that time.
yeah, it like made you fumble the component slightly. I like that. So both of these are going to make the dash action to attempt to land on the vehicle. But that was their action. They cannot bonus action attack you, but both of these things are within about 5 feet of you as their uh, back set of four bug-like legs kind of slam in and almost pierce slightly into the metal of the exterior of this vehicle you're driving. Um, Daedrin, you hear the thuds on the outside of, and then the slight, and you hear almost like air escaping. Maybe they pierced a small hole in the vehicle of some kind. But that's their turn. This one is dead. We're on to Ardor.
Question, really quickly, is the other one that we killed near us?
It's kind of shattered and like scattered behind you, and you guys are moving at speed, so it's probably about 100 feet away at this point, to the rear.
Okay. I have a really cool reaction that I can use, but I'll save it.
Fuck yeah.
Alright, oh, they're right on top of us at speed.
No, they've landed on the vehicle.
Oh, fuck, that's not good.
Yeah, they landed and possibly pierced some of the hole. Pierced a tiny hole in the hole.
Can the ballistas still shoot them, or like, are they within? Or they're not within range,
Oh,
but are they like?
They're in, like,
you
5
would be
feet
able to
away.
get one shot off at point blank with advantage, for sure. And then
Hell yeah.
reloading it would be tough because it's right in your face. But I guess since you're a ranger, you would be able to reload it. But yeah, for sure.
Alright, we didn't damage either of these guys?
Not yet. No.
Okay. Alright, let's take out the green one real quick. Maybe I can shoot him off the car with the bolt. Ooh. You said with advantage or no?
Yeah, with advantage. You're point blanking him.
Okay. Oh wow, that sucked.
Oh no! So as you go to fire, the creature kind of rears back, and its front set of two legs have these razor sharp incisors, kind of on the inside of the front mandibles, and they just slash at the bolt, crack it in half, and it just rears back, and this kind of primate face just gives you this guttural and pained scream as it gets ready to attack. Do you reload or
Um. So, hang on 1 second. I'm gonna cast Animal Friendship.
yes, yes, yes. What does it work on?
A morsel of food.
No, go ahead and link the spell. I want to make sure it works on
Okay.
this type of creature.
Oh shit. Casted it.
Is there a way to link the details?
Yeah. Hang on. Let me. I hit the wrong button. Let's see.
Convince a beast.
Just
Choose
says a beast.
Choose a beast that you can see. This is not a beast, unfortunately.
It's not a beast.
It is an aberration,
Oh fuck.
unfortunately.
Can't talk to those.
So you say and do the somatic movements to cast the incantation Animal Friendship, and it's worked. It worked on Half Face, and it's worked on animals before the end. Unfortunately, it falls on deaf ears as this thing has nothing but murder in its heart. That's another shard gone. So go ahead and mark that spell slot. Daedrin, what are you doing?
I'd kind of want to swerve to the right in an effort to like knock them off.
Use one of these passing trees, maybe with some overhanging branches or something.
Yeah, kind of like
Or are you trying to like rock the vehicle?
just kind of like rocket to like swing them off to force them to
Okay.
either
have
get
to hold
fly
on.
or have the
like it.
wind take them.
So, do you think it would be fair for them to have to make a save against you shaking them off? Or I think you
Yeah,
should
probably.
roll. I think you should roll something though. Go ahead and give.
You want to do contested rolls?
Yeah, let's do contested rolls. I won't. Do you want to do raw d20s or do you want to roll? No. How about this? Roll an attack or acrobatics at advantage, kind of the same way you use the drill bit.
Well, an attack is +9, acrobatics is +4.
Okay, you can do acrobatics at advantage or an attack. Not at advantage.
I'll do acrobatics advantage.
Yeah. Sweet, so I gotta save against a 23 with strength. So I have to roll a 20 to pass. It's a 1. and a 19. What the fuck? Awesome. I love this. So yeah, it's similar like a ride-on lawnmower. It's like 2 levers, so you kind of like like 2 quick movements, and it almost zero stops the vehicle for a second, and then rolls onto one track, which you slam the accelerator forward and cut in kind of a half circle, and then whip it back. And both of these creatures lose grip and actually are going to hit the ground before they can attempt to fly again. So I'm going to roll some. You roll it. Should be probably 2d6.
Roll that twice or just
Yeah, say
2d6?
roll it twice. 12 and 19. Right. Or 12 and 9. Sweet. So this one. Got you. So they both slam into the cracked road behind you guys and definitely lose pace. And remember, you can cunning action dash if you want.
Yeah, I'll do that. Cunning action dash that.
Sweet, so that's gonna put them back even further, almost at the edge of the map. Alright, so I think between all of you, that's enough to break the pursuit. So it's at this point that you've killed one and you've shaken the other two off, and you're able to maintain this very high speed for a certain amount of time. It takes about 2 minutes before Ardor and Kaizina feel comfortable enough to not be in the gun port, but eventually they do drop off of the horizon. And you guys are heading towards the city of Sharn. No, there's one problem that I think Adrian knows about. If you want to keep going, I understand that, but I think the question would be, when do you put your suit on?
When he notices that hole that's in the hole, he would probably start putting his suit on right now that he knows that he was able to successfully shake them off.
Okay.
So the immediate threat is gone for now. Now he's worried about that whole potential toxins seeping in, so he'd put on his suit now.
Okay, suit's on. Ardor, Kaizina, how are you guys doing up top?
I was gonna say, do you think we should make like a dexterity save or something?
For the
See
shake?
if we fall or get hit. Yeah, something.
Yeah, I like that. Let's get a dex save.
Whiplash.
I think Ardor might be at advantage because he's kind of locked into the gun. But you would make it regular. Oh
Oof.
no. Alright. Suit's on. Kaizina is possibly going to be flung from this vehicle. Ardor with the 23.
Ooh.
Nah, I think you get thrown. I'm gonna roll 2d6 damage. Okay. Wow, 11. And that damage is also going to go to the suit. The suit has a certain amount of hit points too. Alright. So at the same time that you launch these two kind of bug creatures off of the vehicle, Kaizina loses her footing and flies off the side as well, but manages to get a hip and elbow roll going and kind of log rolls onto the side of the road. Especially Ardor sees it before Daedrin knows what happened. What do you do, Ardor?
I yelled down to Daedrin, like, "Hey, stop the car!"
Okay, Daedrin would slam the brakes on.
Alright. So, luckily, this thing can stop pretty quickly. So you're only about 60 feet away once you're at a full stop. What happens next?
Jump out of the gun, and I start to run back toward her, see if she's okay. I say, "Back the vehicle up." Slowly.
Kaizina. Definitely
Daedrin,
running
with
that
his
way.
suit donned, is lowering the rear ramp and backing up at low speed. At the same time, Kaizina is recovering from the tumble. So are the beings. So essentially, we're gonna roll a new mini initiative. I rolled a 2 and a 4.
I think if you click
Yeah,
your
you
character, it
win.
would update it.
So you go first, Kaizina,
Oh,
before these two bug creatures. Now, while you are beat up, and your suit might have a hole or two in it, you're otherwise able to ambulate completely. You don't have a broken arm or leg or anything like that.
Okay. So
You're technically prone about 30 feet from those bug creatures and about 60 feet from the vehicle.
do I use my full movement to stand up, or half?
Half.
Half. Okay. So then I have 45 walking speed. So I have another 20 feet, so I can make it 20 feet toward them, and then turn around to see what's going on with the creatures.
There at the same time, like right after you, kind of finally scrambling up to their feet and trying to take off. One of their right wings is a little fucked up, but they both do manage to take flight and start flying towards you at speed.
Okay.
Only one of them is actually able to get up close. It's going to...
Does Ardor see this?
Yes.
He runs back to the gunner seat.
You're back in? Hell yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that hits 21. Does 21 hit you? Probably right. So it'll be D8, 7 plus 4 is 11
Oh, hits
piercing
me?
damage. Yeah. And then go ahead and give me a strength saving throw. As this creature dives towards you with its bottom legs ready to grab you.
Okay. Do I get to do an action?
You got up, you used your movement. Yeah, you can do an action, of course. So as it's like, you see it diving towards you.
Okay.
You won the initiative there. Definitely you can do an action.
Is
And
it close
you
enough
can do
to
a
like
bonus action
strike
too,
with a weapon?
because you didn't dash or anything.
True.
But yeah,
Is
go on.
it close enough to hit with something?
I would say so.
So I'm gonna rage.
Nice. Bonus action rage.
And then I'm gonna try and stab it with the trident in its ugly gorilla face.
It's just screaming.
Oof.
Oh no.
Alright, well I get
No.
a second action.
Swinging.
Hey.
I'll swing again. 15? 15.
That's better.
Yes, that is its armor class. See
Okay,
that
and how do I roll damage
damage?
on this?
I think it'll be like next to the thing you click for attack. It'll show the damage dice. You just click that.
Uh, 1d6 plus 1 or 1d8 plus 1, they're both there.
So it's a versatile weapon, so you can use it with one hand or two. I would assume you're probably two-handing it for more damage. 3.
God,
3
that's
damage.
terrible.
Alright. You do manage to spear it kind of in between two of its legs, as if you're cracking open a crab leg, and the front 3 legs do manage to grab you. And not only do they have a razor sharp cutting blade on the inside like a mantis, but what looked like hairs from far away are actually needle point spines as they rip into you for 11 points of piercing damage. And then I'm going to need you to make a strength saving throw.
Strength, and then do I get the 2 plus 2 for raging?
Yes.
What is with my fucking rolls?
It's a rage roll.
That's weird. You gain advantage on strength checks and saving throws.
Oh yeah, so
attacks.
roll
Plus
another
2.
roll another strength save.
Well, plus 2 melee damage with strength weapons.
Go ahead and roll a second strength save, so you'll do it at advantage. Boom. You fucking passed it, thank God. Alright, yeah, it just goes to grab you and you can feel it trying to pick you up. But you're able to muscle the bottom legs open and kind of fall just about 3 or 4 feet and not hurt yourself. But all of those needles pierced through your suit. Your suit is essentially ruined at this point. The mask is shredded and the glass is shattered on the face of the mask. It was action, bonus action. Both thingies went. It's back to Ardor.
Ardor screams into the vehicle. We have to get her. Her suit is shredded. That thing just attacked the shit out of her. So I'm gonna take out this one.
Taking a shot.
Taking the shot.
Since
21 hit.
Forlorn kind of just higher up in the air and everything. Oh yeah, it definitely hits. So that's 3d10 piercing.
God damn, really?
Damage.
The rolls are not on our side tonight, guys.
No.
They just are.
And then shock it.
Alright, so what did we say that was? 8d10 or 8d8? It was 8d8.
I think it was 88.
So 39. Yeah, so this bolt again knocks a huge hole through this creature. The lightning bolt travels up the wire, shocks the ever-loving shit out of it, and you can hear again when this wound cracks open. It's almost like a scream emanates from the face, as well as the gaping hole in the carapace of this bug creature. It's a little unnerving. Anyway.
So does it... It dies?
It is not dead. It is
Okay.
severely damaged. On to Daedrin. Oh, I'm sorry. Ardor, you reload, I assume.
Yep.
Okay, and mark off a spark for using the shock.
Got it. Alright, I think that's really all I can do.
Any bonus actions? Hunter's
The only bonus action I have is for my wolf friend, I think.
Do you have a way to
It's a
call him?
bonus action.
And I don't mean like by a spell, like do you have anything to narratively do to call him?
I mean, I can whistle for him if he's in the area.
Cool. What do you think would be appropriate for that? Survival, like what's a good stat you have?
Let's see. Probably survival would be my best.
Go for it.
So 15.
Alright, Ardor, you can control the wolf.
Okay.
Daedrin can control the vehicle. And Ardor can actually control Ardor as well. Do you have a sheet for him? For like initiative?
Yeah. I just have I have like a dire wolf sheet. Is that it's a large beast.
Nice.
I
So
guess
yeah,
I'd
you
use my action
send
to
out a whistle
180.
and you see some trees rustling. Oh yeah, let's hear Daedrin. Daedrin,
I
want
would
to
use
use the
my
vehicle?
action to 180 the vehicle and use the bonus action to dash towards this one because the drill's still
Yep.
45 degrees angled up.
Go ahead and make an attack. That's a hit. That was 10d10 or 8d10, I think.
I think it was 8d8. Yeah, it was 8d8.
Nice. 31. Again, with the finishing move. So it pierces in these worm-like Icarus blood cells kind of fly up and clog the drill bit and fill the flutes up, and it pierces through the being, ripping it apart, shredding it to nothing. And then you triumphantly kind of reverse the spin of the drill bit, like back and forth, and it shakes off all the worms in like this kind of really badass looking like rooster tail spiral on the front of it. Yeah. Spins off all the meat. So that one's gone. Awesome. And Ardor's Wolfie got a 9. Nice. So technically it will act after Paisita.
My turn?
Yes.
So, how close is am I close enough to get in the vehicle?
Absolutely. Yeah, without using an action, a dash or anything, you would make it in. The back's open.
Okay. I'd go in there immediately. Close the back. Well, actually, before I close the back, can I see the creature?
Yes.
Let's see. Yeah, that wouldn't work. You know what? I'm gonna toss a good old ice knife at it.
Fuck yeah.
Ooh, but frostbite didn't really affect it.
Yeah,
So
you
maybe I wouldn't
I'm
do
sorry,
that.
before you do that, you would definitely remember it seemed like you definitely hit it with frostbite and nothing happened.
Yeah, so I wouldn't do that. Hard to do something to something that's in the air. It's like chasing.
I'd say at this point it's not flying at speed. You guys are kind of stopped, and it's like hovering, deciding what to do. It's seen 2 of its brethren, one of which it summoned, get obliterated by this vehicle. It's definitely going to affect its actions. I'm not going to tell you it's outright going to run away, but you guys are definitely on a good foot right now.
I'm gonna cast a thunder wave at it.
Alright. Wave of Thunder's force moves out from you. Each creature in a 15-foot cube. Which yeah, that would hit it. Alright. I'm not going to ask you to roll the damage, but you did learn 2 things about this creature now. It is immune to cold and thunder damage. So this thunder wave does rip out, and it makes contact with the visual of the creature, but it's as if what the creature's made of is just not affected by that force. So you can even see the air wiggling around it and all the ash moving violently through it, and the sound definitely goes off, but it's almost like the image of this thing was like a hologram or something. It's like that force passed through it, like it wasn't there. Very strange.
Is she... So, am I still raging?
Yes.
Let me see if I have another bonus action. Oh, the frenzy. I guess as a bonus action, I'll use a healing word on myself.
Nice.
3 points back. And for my second action, I'm gonna chuck a small knife at the thing just out of rage and anger of all the things going wrong.
Nice.
I
See that
have a small knife in my equipment. How do you want me to roll that?
This is a drill bit for, I guess, just an attack.
Oh, did that work?
Oh yeah. Small.
No,
a
that
small
just tells
knife.
you what it
Oh,
is.
it's not even a dagger. Oh no.
Oh, that's okay. I could just... Oh,
Let's just give it a trident attack, and I'll give it the same roll, but it'll be you throwing the knife.
okay, because I was gonna say I could try and catch it in a net.
Oh shit.
Let's try that. I don't know if that works. There's no roll, though.
Is it like a save? Like a dex save? 15 plus 4, 19.
Creature uses it to make... You got a 19?
Yeah.
Alright. So... Alright. I guess I lose the net. Or does it have a string that I can pull it back with?
Yeah, like a cast net. For sure, you can yank it back.
So she yanks that back really quick and fucking slams the door.
Yes.
Rips off the torn up suit.
You notice that Daedrin is still wearing his full suit. He wasn't when you got out. Ardor, your half-face buddy is up.
Alright, get this vehicle moving again. Half face, go get dinner. So, send half face in to go attack this guy. And it turns out he loves these things, and it's the only thing he eats.
Yes.
So let's see. For the dire wolf, he goes in for a bite attack, so it's a +5. 2d6 plus 3.
Direwolves.
Oh, okay. So bite. Melee weapon attack +5 to hit. 5 feet. Piercing damage if the target creature. Oh, that doesn't make sense. It must exceed a DC 13 Strength save or be knocked prone.
Yeah, I fucking like that. Okay. So he's gonna sprint up and make like a jumping biting attack. Unfortunately, a 10 does not hit.
Yeah.
So he jumps up, his jaws slap together in the open air, making that kind of hollow dog chomp sound. Boom, boom. I think the creature's going to attack half face. I think that's its only move. It's going to try to attack and then maybe run away. Ooh, it's going to miss. Let's see. He's going to multi-attack, so he's also going to make a claw attack. And he misses again with a 6 plus 6, 12. I think that misses a dire wolf.
Yeah, it misses. It's a 14.
Alright, it's going to use its action to... When it attacked, it's going to use its movement to fly kind of straight up in the air. So it's going to take an attack of opportunity from half face.
Half face is going to try and bite him again.
Oh yeah. Oh, with a nat 20. So it's going to be 13
shit.
plus crit, 1 plus 6 is 7, so 20 points of damage. And then I make a strength save, which is a 6 plus fucking 3, which is 9. So
you fall prone.
Fall prone, was gonna fly away, falls prone. That's fucking awesome. So like rips off a couple of the bug's legs, cracks, it screeches out in the air, and it tries to summon another one, but it can't. It gets pulled to the ground, face slammed into the ground, off to the vehicle. So that'd be Adrian.
Well, shit,
How many
the dire
two
wolf's
seconds?
kind of in front of us. We can't really ram it. Yeah, shit.
You do see Kaizina. Yeah, I remembered it. Kaizina taking off the suit. And you know that there might be a breach in the hull.
I'd probably yell at her to keep that on. There's a breach in the hull from one of those things, talons, earlier. So if you want to try and plug that or repair it, doesn't look like it's too huge of a hole, but I heard it pierce through earlier. I think he's just gonna 180 it.
She would leave the torn up suit on, and I guess attempt to fix the hole.
Yeah. Should be some repair kit somewhere in here, hopefully. I'd end the turn. It's too risky. You probably would accidentally kill that wolf trying to ram the other bird aberration.
Understandable. And the sand and ash storm is starting to pick up pretty heavy as well. So
Oh shit! I had javelins. My bad.
it's all good. What we can do here is, I know that Ardor knows that Half-Face is very capable of surviving himself, and with this storm picking up, he may need to go, like, to one of his hideaways to, like, weather the storm, but you trust him to be fine and find somewhere to chill. You guys are on a mission. So, at this point, rather than going turn by turn, let's do some kind of check to repair the vehicle. I think you guys would be at advantage for helping each other. But let me figure out what kind of stat we should roll for that. Do you guys have any ideas? Maybe sleight of hand.
I mean, I'm not opposed to sleight of hand.
Sure. So we could get an advantage sleight of hand check to make a repair while somebody else mines the vehicle.
I'll go for that.
Okay, so I'll drive, I guess.
Sure. Oh yeah, awesome. With the 28, you take out the allotted repair kit, which has some quicksilver in it and another type of metal. So you kind of make a small patch, you pour the quicksilver in, and you stick a dowel of a different type of metal in, and it solidifies the quicksilver, plugging the hole. Awesome. Great repair. It's going to hold up almost as sturdy as the hole would have. Particularly, we're going to get to Kaizina probably to end this session here, but how are you feeling, Adrian, and then we'll go to Ardor. How are you feeling, Adrian? Your first experience, your first surface run.
He's feeling a lot more confident than when he started. With all the success we've had. I mean, we've had Kaizina fall off. Almost hit her head, but so far he's eager for the future of this his mission, and he's gained some bravery.
I like it.
Yeah.
How about you, Ardor?
Ardor was a little concerned, but luckily we were in Half-Face territory and he was close by to come help us out real quick. He definitely trusts him to just do what he's got to do, take that thing down, and go to his own little hideaway. He's more focused on getting back in and getting screwed in top-notch shape.
I like it. Kaizina, where are you at, headspace-wise?
She's pissed. Everything's going wrong, but still happy to be out and enjoying the adventure. But very upset with her performance so far. So she's like, fuck it, I'm gonna drive.
I think the driving is good, because it's something to focus on. And
Yeah.
it takes your mind off of what went down. Driving is a very visceral experience, because small mistakes can cost people their lives. It's just like combat. Every second, the world is coming at you at miles per minute. It's dangerous, and it's meditative. So you actually think Daedrin lets you drive, not lets you drive, but doesn't ask for the wheel back for quite a while to let you get your mind off of that. You're probably in the back of your head thinking, well, how much was I exposed while I was out there? Like, trying to count in your head how many seconds or minutes you went before you had to take your first breath to cast that spell after your suit was shredded. And you're wondering if the pain in your stomach is just because you're hungry, or because you fall, or maybe something worse. Because at this point, the sun has gone down and is coming back up in front of you, and you see before you just kind of like a mirage a bit, like a heat mirage. This massive city, this skyline of multitudinous origins. There are inspirations from every walk of life you've ever read about or imagined or dreamed. There's minarets, there's beautiful churches, there's Gothic structures, there's pyramids, there are just many, just almost mishmash of influences of this massive city with this kind of golden moon hanging above it. And the moon is low over this horizon, and it seems to be sitting in front of this massive radial tower in the center of the city. Which is strange. A tower shouldn't rise behind the moon. And I think that's where we're going to end it.
Cool.
Interesting.
To be continued.
I'm very curious now, Billy. That was awesome, man. Great session.
Sorry.
Yeah, thanks, guys. I appreciate you indulging me. I had a fucking great time
That's
putting
a
this together.
hallucination from our Murder Shack characters.
Yeah. You guys wake up on the floor of the murder shack.
Yeah, I like the I guess the vehicle combat scene.
I tried to use some of that stuff from 20 Modern, but just just ad hoc improved.
Yeah, like advantages and disadvantages instead of like +4, -4. Yeah, it was
Alright,
a fun
guys.
change up. I liked it.
Yeah, it was cool. I liked it a lot.
I just want to know for the record, how many shards do you guys have left?
Let's see.
I have a few left. I have a bunch left.
I have 2 out of 3.
But you said you're using spell slots to keep track of them, right?
Yeah,
I have
God.
3.
Okay.
5 between Kaizina
Oh,
and
hang on
Daedrin.
one second. Hang on one second. I gotta pull my sheet back up. Stupid little.
I think, yeah, part of the next part, Kazina would definitely want to be looking for shards.
Fuck yeah. Do a couple survival checks. See how many you guys find.
Almost there. My little tablet takes forever.
And Zach, you said you're unavailable for the next one. We'll have you get murked immediately. Fall into
suit
gravity.
I
has
have
It's like,
Suit
alright.
as a hole and explodes.
I have 7 left.
Ah, that's fucking very good. Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, awesome. And oh yeah, that's another good thing about him. You can pass him around.
Okay, so we can replenish each other's spell slots.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool.
Alright, boys. I'm gonna
Yep.
go to
All right,
sleep.
boys.
Thanks for
GG's.
playing.
Alright.
I appreciate you guys.
Hell
See
yeah.
you soon.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Good night.
Hey, guys.
Well, this has been a presentation of the Monday Night Balladeers. It's been a apocalyptic one-shot titled Forlorn Hope. I wish I could DM better. Practice makes perfect. I had a good time. I hope you did too. I'll see you soon.